Hello. Well, here I am in Santillana Del Mar. It has been raining all day, unfortunately, but anyway, it's a really nice medieval town, really well maintained. It's very touristy, but it's quite nice. So because it was raining, I was looking for things to do, so I went and visited a museum of torture. It was basically displaying torture items that were used back in the days of the Spanish Inquisition. So, there were things like the rack and the guillotine and all that sort of thing. So it was pretty gory, but it was interesting. And then I went to another museum that I thought was going to be different than what it was. So it was like, there was some like presentations, but it was all in Spanish. So I didn't really understand a lot of that. But there were a few displays to go and look at that were in English as well. So that was all right. So last night I had a bit of an awkward dinner. So I was staying at a place where dinner was included, but at the place there was no restaurant. So the owner actually took me to dinner, which was down at a place down the road. So he goes, "Oh yeah," he spoke English. He goes, "Oh yeah, you'll really like this place. So this is where we take everybody." So I'm like, "Oh yeah, this will be good." So anyway, so he drives me down there, and then he stops. And I sort of thought, where are we? There's no restaurant around here. Anyway, turns out it was a truck stop, just like, the Caltex Servo or something that we have in Australia. So I'm like, okay. So I go in there, and then he goes up to the counter, and he like talks to the person behind the counter, and they're sort of arguing about where they're going to sit me. He wanted me to sit by the window, and she was like, no, somewhere else. And so I was looking around, and I thought, this looks a bit awkward, because it was a truck stop, but they also served alcohol there, and there were all these people in there drinking alcohol and watching the local football team was playing, so they were watching the footy game. Anyway, so they sat me down at this table, and then she comes out, the waiter comes out with a paper tablecloth, and so she like glazed the table with a paper tablecloth, and then puts a wine glass down, and like it was so awkward because I was sort of looking around. I could sort of see people looking at me like, who the hell does this guy think he is, and they gave me a menu. It was all in Spanish. So anyway, the guy sort of interpreted it for me, and so I was at this truck stop. I was the only one having dinner. And it was like a 3-course dinner. It wasn't very nice, to be honest, but it was quite uncomfortable. And anyway, and he waited outside. I said, "So how will I get back to the place?" And he goes, "Don't worry about that. I'll be outside waiting." So when I finished my meal, I go outside. He's not there. So, and it was raining, so I couldn't wait outside. So then I had to go back inside and wait for him, and I had to sit back down at the table where I just said goodbye to the waitress. So then she's looking at me like, "You just said goodbye, why are you back there?" So it was just really, really awkward. Anyway, he came not long afterwards, and he took me back, so that was all right, but it was just pretty awkward all around. So tomorrow it's still supposed to be raining, but I think I'm going to walk anyway. It's said to be a very easy walk, and it's mainly on bitumen, so it won't be too muddy, and it's also fairly flat. It's 20-something kilometers, but it's pretty flat, and so I won't need to take my walking poles, and I've got an umbrella now, so if it does get too bad, I might be able to put the umbrella up, and it might shield me a little bit more and stop me getting so wet. And also it's meant to be wetter in the afternoon, so I'm hoping to get as much as I can done sort of in the morning, and then hopefully get it all done in, say, 5 hours and miss the worst of it in the afternoon. That's the plan anyway. But I have also read where it's not very well signposted, so I'll probably end up getting lost or something, I don't know. So anyway, that's it. Bye. So this was the place I stayed at last night in Aceh. Couldn't really get out and about much. And still can't because it's raining, but yeah, it was a nice place. Oh, what better place to go on a rainy day than the Museum of Torture. So here goes. So these are all torture devices from the Spanish Inquisition. That looks like a, what do they call it? The rack. Yeah, pretty gruesome. And this over here is a head crusher. Wow. So this is a guillotine, and apparently the head, once it's chopped off for a few seconds, knows that it's been beheaded while it's rolling around on the ground. That's pretty scary. So this is like the medieval village of Santillana Del Mar. The stone streets, very pretty, but very wet.
Volamos entre las paredes de este palacio. Los valores han cambiado. Ahora se valora más el dinero y el negocio que los escudos y el apellido. Pero no por eso dejo de admirar.
It's a very old hotel I'm staying at here. Exposed beams and everything. But it will do nicely. So I've noticed a lot of the hotels that I'm staying at with the double beds, they've just got one long pillow, which is okay if you're just one person like me, but if you're a couple, that get annoying. Like if you want to move your side around, you've got to move your partner's pillow as well. Anyway, just an interesting observation. So here is my dinner. It is a cheese, ham, bacon and whatever else, crepe, and lettuce, tomato, bit of everything. It's a bit of a regional specialty, so that's my dinner.